Hello guys, it's James and we're here for our round 22 tips. There's 3 regular season games for the year, which is insane. So I don't know if we're gonna make the $2,000 that we did last year, but we're very close. But yeah, it sucks when we get a loss, but is what it is. Unlucky with some of them. We'll get into it. The recap of round 21. The doggies are in insane form. And of course, they fucking sub Libber with one posse to go. He was on 19, and Stephen May, old boy, does his back or ribs or whatever the frick. It's just players like that are always in the back of my mind about injuries, and I'm like, oh nah. Look, they've been hitting like the last couple of months. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. As soon as you bet on them, they're made of glass. So anyway, Stephen May's been injury prone, and Tom Liberatore is one tackle away from never playing footy again. So maybe we shouldn't include 2 injury players in the same bet, but you live and learn. Riley Garcia was great. I mentioned that he has only missed one game where he hasn't been subbed, so I'm keen to jump on him again. And Bailey Dale for 20. If he's over $1.15 for 20, I always jump on him. Same with Ed Langdon. They've only had like one or two misses, one miss I think for the whole year, both of them. So they've been great. Anyway, that was the doggies game. Absolutely destroyed Melbourne. West Coast versus Suns. Oh, Sexton is fine when he plays in the back line. Oh, but thank you for the comment on Discord. I'm just remembering the name right now, but Alex Sexton, when he plays in the back line, he can get the footy no trouble. 3, 4, 5 posies a quarter. That's exactly what we're after. But he played forward, same as like Mac Andrew in the first quarter. So it's you can't help it. Damo J88, thank you so much for the little tip that Alex Sexton. I mean, if he's not thrown forward, he's fine. And he almost hit in the end. I'm pretty sure he finished on 14 posies. So, super unlucky. Jake Waterman, has just smashed it out of the park this year. Well, for especially a side that's, second bottom of the ladder. Doing great for a goal scorer. Liam Duggan, I was confident. Was that his first game after the concussion? I think it was. He was playing on the wing, a bit on ball. I thought he'd play more in the back line, but he was around the ball and stoppages, which was great. And Witherden, he hit, but he can have games where he pumps out a 10 or some shit. That was the West Coast Gold Coast. There was 2 games on Friday night, so now we're moving into our Saturday game. Shai Bolton did fucking nothing in the fourth. Again, someone commented on the YouTube post saying, bro just fucking stood there. He just did nothing in the fourth quarter, which I hate counting my chickens before they hatch, but he was looking great. Everything was on target, and then Shai Bolton just fucking had enough, packed up his bags and went home in the fourth. Cherry's been great. He's no longer that good price, but dude, he's probably the All-Australian ruckman this year, so I like backing him. Same Rioli, he not about All-Australian, but his prices were roughly like $1.40 all year. Now he's under $1.20. Oh man, it sucks when the players you've been backing and betting on all year just, I don't know, because it's good with the form guide, because you can also find other players who are going up in price who might miss 1 or 2, but yeah, it's just hard because you can't always back the same player every week. LDU, fantastic again. He only had that one outlier bad game all year, so fantastic. Hopper, not a fan of. He just got 20, but yeah, that was close, but it doesn't matter because Bolton didn't even hit. So we have that bonus bet. Sometimes it depends because the bonus bet won't come in your account and for the next game. So the next game we're about to go into, Geelong versus Adelaide. Thankfully, well for me anyway, the bonus bet didn't go in, so I couldn't even bet on this. Brad Close, plenty of tickets in the bank. He can knock kick one this week as well, and I'll still probably back him. Luke Nankervis as well. He's had 2 misses out of his last 3 games, but he's had a great year, so it's hard to fault him. Max Holmes, he's only missed 1 game for 20 disposals all year. He's been so solid. I think he was playing a bit back on ball. I did watch some of that game. I watched the Saturday night. I watched the Arvo. But yeah, anyway, Max Holmes was great. Lawson Humphreys, was it his 3rd quarter or 1 quarter he went super quiet. Kicked that great goal at the end to sort of help Geelong get the win. Yeah, I did watch it. But yeah, I do like Lawson Humphreys, even though he missed. So that bet looks bad, but all the players in that I still like and would probably bet again. So that's why we sit here and review them, because there's no sort of cause for concern yet with any of those players, even though 3 out of 4 missed. Then the next game, it depends if you use your bonus bet for this one. I haven't included it in the thing because you could have used it on the Port Sydney game. But for the Collingwood-Carlton game, Pendlebury, man of the moment, 400 games. That was in the script. The footy gods wrote down Scott Pendlebury will have 20. Did he have 25? Or he will have 20, and Collingwood will win that game from a missed kick after the siren. And now, unlucky Mitch McGovern, who missed that kick, and now Carlton's season looks like it's gurgling down the toilet. But yeah, there was no way Collingwood were going to lose that for Pendles. Darcy Cameron, he is still someone who's hitting 15 posies as a ruckman, but his price hasn't gone down like Cherry. So Cherry, Gawn, Grundy to an extent, but those ruckmen who get a lot of footy, their prices are usually too short now. So Cameron, it's great to see him still able to get 15 posies at a decent price. Oh yeah, Pendle's 27 posies. There you go. So, and Jamie Elliott for a goal. He has only missed once this year, I think. Was it the first round or something? But yeah, he's been great, Jamie Elliott. So I'm always expecting him to take another mark of the year. Well, it's either him or Bobby Hill. But yeah, I like Jamie Elliott in the forward line there for a goal. All right, moving on to one of the surprise games of the freaking... Like, sometimes... Like, this to me, it's absolute shocker. It shocked everyone, probably, right? I know Sydney haven't been in the best form, but like 71 or 72-0 at one stage. Absolute fucking bonkers. So, bottom 10 Ken is now spanking the top team. And, you know, of course, Port Adelaide absolutely tear it up, where we bounce back on Aliir after he missed the week before, after he's had a good stretch. I'm like, oh yeah, against Sydney, the ball will be coming in Port Adelaide's backline at one stage or another. What the fuck? Anyway, Grundy just hit at the very end as well. Jackson Mead, our boy, I think that's 3 weeks in a row now we've been on him, and he is continuing to produce the goods at $1.45. Absolute fantastic. Aliir has missed 2 in a row, but I might look elsewhere, but I don't blame you if you back him again. Port Adelaide this week are versing Melbourne at the MCG. Well, Melbourne seem to be out of it, well, are out of it this year, so maybe we look elsewhere for Aliir. He did have a run, but I'm just annoyed we didn't catch it sooner. Aliir was like hitting like 7 out of something at one stage, but yeah, we just got on him too late. Guinea for a goal. I think he had 2 shots missed. One was very, very gettable. And Finn Callaghan, who was in great form. Was he 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10? Anyway, great form. And just the first 3 quarters just looked like a busted ass. You know those like bash and crash players, like with the strapped shoulders, like I don't know, like a Berry or Finn Callaghan. Cripps is coming to mind, but Cripps is more like way more skillful. But those players who just sort of look very rigid. I was watching Finn Callaghan. I'm like, how the fuck have you been averaging like 25 posies? As soon as we bet on him, he fucking doesn't rock up. It's against Hawthorn, and they have been in great form. I know GWS came back and won that in the end, but Josh Kelly's back now for GWS. So I think, I don't know, after watching that game, I was like, I know Finn Callaghan had 8 in the last quarter, and he almost came back, but he was on like 9 posies going into the last. So that bet was done. Lockie Ash looked great. I think he was the absolute opposite. He had 12 in the first quarter, and oh my God, I love that. When you have someone for like 20 or 25, like Nick Dacos against Richmond a couple of weeks ago, where he was like on 18 posies or something in the first quarter, and I'm just like, this is so fucking good. So good. Anyway, Brett Daniels had that amazing last quarter. He's been fantastic. Yeah, Finn Callaghan, especially with Kelly coming back, I might hold fire on him. Guinea for a goal I still like, so might use him later. Essendon versus Freo, what a crazy finish this was. I don't know if you guys have seen that Lee Montagna clip where he analyzes Essendon's hit out, and then like the sweeper Merritt runs through and hands it off to Durham. Anyway, great little stoppage. But the bet got up here, which is great. Brayshaw has been on fire in his last month. Mason Redman, I was very confident he was going to hit with no Ridley, so I actually had a different bet. I didn't include Corey Wagner, but he still hit. And Hayden Young is, I mean, all Freo are playing great, but yeah, there's been a couple of articles about how good Hayden Young is, and he's been great. But yeah, I think only missed like one game for 20 as well this year. So, and Brayshaw, my boy, I absolutely love Brayshaw, and he's usually always priced better than Sarong, and he'll hit just as often as Sarong. So that was great. Last game of the round, which was the St Kilda Brisbane one. This fucking sucked because I had a bit on this, but thankfully I had a couple of bets. Every leg that let me down was Riley Bonner. But you can see I've done a cross and a tick because I didn't know this, but I was kind of hoping when it happened. So he got taken off at halftime. Was it hamstring tightness or something? Anyway, he was injured. And if every leg hits, except your injured subbed leg, they'll pay you back half the money. So what was this? 163. So they would pay you 81.50. So we've included that in the profit and loss because that's what happens. It happened with Neds and Ladbrokes. They paid me out sort of half. So hopefully that was all the case with any other bookies you used. But Joe Danaher, I did say in the video I wouldn't include him because Henry Smith is taking a lot of the the rotating ruck when McInerney's having a break, and Joe Danaher, whenever Darcy Fort would play, he wouldn't get 15. So Henry Smith is still playing, and he's getting a fair bit of hit-outs. Usually that's Joe Danaher's role. He'd come up the ground, get some hit-outs, push someone out, get a kick, or provide a marking option. He still provides a marking option, but he's much better for 15 when he's playing up the ground. So with Henry Smith still in, I probably wouldn't include Joe Danaher, even though his form it says otherwise, 8 out of 10, but just something to be wary of. Mason Wood hit, Jared Berry, fantastic all year. Even though he's very short odds, I like including him just to get me over the $3 line. So yeah, down $75, but yeah, couple of unlucky ones. Like, what do we have? Alex Sexton missed by 1, Bolton missed by a quarter. And there we go. That could have got us over the positive line if Riley Bonner didn't get injured. So that's what happens when you bet. There's a couple of risk, rewards. I'm just going to quickly take a break and set up the bets for this round. See you soon. All right, we're back. Let's go through the bets for round 22. So the first game, Sydney versus Collingwood. Huge tonight. Can Collingwood keep their season alive, get into the top 8? Sydney are $1.40 after getting fucking spanked. After having a crap month or so, they only won one game in their last month against North. Lost Freo, Saints, Brisbane, Port. Is there another one I'm missing? But that is crazy. That is crazy. I'm keen for this game tonight, but let's get into it. So I actually haven't included a 15 posi bracket for this one. But yeah, as you can see, I've highlighted a couple from the orange bracket, but I love Darcy Cameron. I know he's versing Grundy. I know it's at the SCG, but I love Cameron. But I haven't included him because let's just go into my bet. So Nick Dacos for 25. I know Sydney they don't need the win, but they need to find some form. They can't be going into finals just getting pants like this. So Adams or Parker. I wrote Parking. That was an autocorrect. Parker. So when I was at the Brisbane-Sydney game, usually James Jordan has been the tagger and stuff this year for Sydney, but Adams was wearing Neil like a glove, and Neil was outplayed by Adams on the day, and I'm I'm observant that Adams will probably go to Dacos. Look, it could be James Jordan, but again, just from literally watching the Brisbane-Sydney game, that's a team that they'll probably look to match up in the finals. That's the strategy they would probably do. And Adams and Parker kind of rotated on Neil. So Nick Dacos, green and green for 25, which is insane. Dacos is a ball magnet, averaging nearly 33 posies. Why is he priced so high? You got to take into account that he will get tagged, but I'm still bullish that he'll get 25. 25 for Dacos is a bad game, which is crazy, dude. How many players average over 25? And Nick Dacos to have a bad game might get 25, but I'm happy to back him. His one miss has been 24. So yeah, I'm bullish on Dacos, but just keep that in mind that they will be giving him attention. They can't let one of the best players in the league just run free off the leash, and Sydney need to respond. Sydney need to show we are the top team. We're not going to fucking let an outside 8 team just come in and pants us. So We'll see. I've also highlighted Errol Goulden, but Nick Dacos. When are you ever going to get Nick Dacos green and green? So let's fight the tag. The next one I've got, which is actually a little bonus one I've included, was Isaac Heaney for unders. So this is actually how many times he's gone below 24.5. 7 out of 10. He did have a great game 2 weeks ago against Carlton where he got 32, but Heaney's Brownlow form at the start of the year, I think it was like one game out of 10 where he got below 25, which is crazy, right? Because, you know, for everyone who's watched footy, Isaac Heaney's kind of always played in forward line, might rotate in the mid every now and then, but high half forward, he didn't get that much of the footy. Thrown into the mid, gets a lot of footy. Now we've got Parker back, Rowbottom's back from injury, Chad Warner Goulden's on the wing as well, but there's a couple extra bodies there that will be in the mid, and so Isaac Heaney will probably still rotate in the mid, but look, he's out of 7 out of 10 where he's gone below. You know, I'm thinking that Heaney is probably the one that's got to give, and he's after the buys hasn't been nearly as good as before the buys. So that's just one to consider. So I would much rather go against Isaac Heaney. Like in his last 2 months here, he's only gone over it once, or, you know, month and a half. Out of his last 6, he's just had that one big game against Carlton. But, you know, 2 there below 20. I'm keen to go under for Isaac Heaney. I rarely do these under-over ones, but I was just having a quick look and I was like, they're still pretty bullish on Heaney. I think that's because of his first half of the year. Those disposals and those numbers are still in his cycle. So let's try and maybe catch that out. And I think Collingwood are in good form. Sydney are not. I know it's at the SCG. Like, I know all these things, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go there against Heaney for that one. Next one, Josh Dacos. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Just hits as well. So averaging 24. I like Dacos. You know, him on the wing, Goulden. Who's the other one on the wing for Sydney? But yeah, I really like Josh Dacos. Hope he plays well. Chad Warner missed his last 2. Oh, I had a lot of money on. I needed Chad Warner for 20. It was tied in with a lot of other things, and I would have had such a big payday. But he fucking got 19, and there was like 3 stoppages in the last couple of seconds. I just needed you to fucking get one more touch, but he's had 2 misses in a row. I was confident he'd bounce back after that stinker against who did he score 11 against? It wasn't Port. That was last week. It wasn't Brisbane. Is there another loss in there that I'm forgetting about? Sydney. Oh, the Dogs. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, against the Dogs. Yeah, he had a stinker against the Dogs. So Chad Warner hadn't missed 20 all year, but now, you know, him and Sydney are falling off. So if you think they're going to buck the trend back home, get ready for finals, go for it. That's why I've highlighted him, because I am kind of on the fence about that too. But Brayden Maynard, I'm not as bullish on him as anymore, and not as bullish on him as I was at the start of the year. But look, I would still consider him. But, you know, when he's 50% from his last 6 games, he's got 3 misses in there. I don't like $1.36 for that kind of recent form. Jake Lloyd, though, his misses, I know he's the same, but his misses it'll be like 1 posi or so. And it's just sometimes a toss of the coin where he just doesn't get that kick out, or I would kind of rather Jake Lloyd than Brayden Maynard, but that's just me. Yeah, anyway. Oh, and Jamie Elliott for a goal. So goal scorers. There's 2 there for Collingwood. And I know they're versing Sydney at SCG, but 10 out of 10, averaging almost 2 goals a game, both of them. I like Jamie Elliott more than McStay, just because McStay, he's played 3 games now, so he's almost got a month of footy under his belt. So, look, he's there. There's no Kruger. Look, Mason Cox will be down there a bit, but Daniel McStay could be that big marking target. So, all you need is, you know, either him to take a mark or just an accidental free kick or something. So I like them both, especially for $1.20. I've also highlighted Bobby Hill and Lachie Schultz, but I think, I would rather take one of those 2, and I've picked Jamie Elliott for tonight's game. So I could have easily not included Jamie Elliott, and I'd still be at my $3 mark, but I thought, you know, fuck it. 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and then Isaac Heaney is my roughie. So, yeah, I really like this one, so we'll see how we go. I hate barracking for players for the under, because it's so weird. Like, you're watching footy and you're like, fuck, don't touch it. No, kick it away. I like, and plus, if they hit their mark, you know, in the third quarter, then the rest of the footy's fucking boring. At least if you're going the over, the game is never over until the final siren. So anyway, the Brisbane GWS game, we'll move on to that one. First game of the Saturday, which I'll be going to. This is kind of the opposite approach as the last one, whereas I've included a decent value there for Heaney, $1.87, smaller legs. What I've done here, I've taken more legs at lower value. So Connor Idun, did I include Will Ashcroft? I did. I know they're quite short, but I'm at this point of the year where I just want players who are just hitting. So just aside from that, because I did see that, and Isaac Heaney's form is dropping off a bit, but I would rather go a bit more consistent players aside from that last bit. But yeah, Jared Berry, 10 out of 10. Connor Idun. Cam Rayner's form recently has been amazing for goal. Let me just quickly jump down to goals. Cam Rayner, 9 out of 10, almost 2 a game. Look at 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. He is on fire. And at the Gabba, I'm going to be hearing Sweet Caroline, which is they play every time Cam Rayner kicks one. I'm hearing that more than Country Road. So, yeah, get around Cam Rayner. Kai Lohman missed the week before. I was bullish on Kai Lohman for a bit, but just with Cam Rayner's recent form, I got to jump on that. Josh Kelly, first game back. He's a good goal-kicking mid, but just highlighting it, crazy value. But, you know, kind of like Matt Crouch last week, he came back and they subbed him off. I don't want any bullshit risk where he gets subbed off. I'd rather go Josh Kelly for 20. I think he could reach 20 and get subbed off, but so yeah, a lot of these players who come back after a little bit have increased odds. So Josh Kelly would usually be like $1.10 or something, or probably even less for 20, but just a couple of cents extra. Finn Callahan, who I've highlighted just purely because his form, he did miss it. Like, it ticks all my boxes. Someone who's averaging well more than what you need him to be. Someone who just missed, but Josh Kelly's back. And after watching his first 3 quarters against Hawthorn last week, I'm kind of sour taste in my mouth. But anyway, Lockie Ash was amazing. I mentioned in the recap video. So did I include? Oh yeah. So I was looking at this bet for ages. So my original bet before including all these 15 posi brackets, because like Brett Daniels, Harry Perryman, fantastic. Only missed 1 game. My other bet included Lockie Ash, and I didn't have Perryman. I didn't have Connor Idun and Will Ashcroft. So if you want to take out like 3 15 plus and swap it with Lockie Ash, I don't blame you, because I was, you know, if I was to do this again, I might include Lockie Ash, because I feel like Brisbane will play well. The ball, it's at the Gabba. The ball will be in GWS's backline a bit. I know Brisbane's backline is a little under the pump at the moment just because of some injuries. So GWS will put up a good fight, could even be in the lead at certain points, but I think Brisbane will just win, and I think Lockie Ash will be distributing a lot of that from the backline. Lockie Whitfield will as well, but just slightly too short. $1.14, averaging 33. Damn, crazy. Anyway, so there's a bunch I've highlighted here. So that's the risk I'm taking. I'm adding more legs for safer players, if you like. But again, I've highlighted Joe Danaher, but I'm not a huge fan with Henry Smith taking a lot of the rotating ruck roles when Oscar McInerney's having a breather. So usually that was Joe Danaher, but because Henry Smith is doing that, it means Joe Danaher is sitting just full forward and in the forward 50 for a lot of the time. So just keep that in mind for that game. Anyway, can't wait for this one. Let's move on to the next one. On same time, Saturday, North Melbourne versus West Coast. An absolute thriller. Who is going to be the spoon for this year? Oh, actually, no. Sorry, that's Richmond. Never mind. This is second last and third last. Anyway, I've highlighted Jeremy McGovern. Let me put my bet up, because that is my roughie. Jeremy McGovern for 20. So Jeremy McGovern is $1.62 for 20. 7 out of 10. He missed. He got a 15 2 weeks ago. Well, actually, that was like 4 weeks ago, because it was that injured game against, I'd like to say Melbourne, was it? Anyway, he got taken off and had sore ribs. And yeah, he missed Adams Simpsons. He missed that last game. Anyway, so McGovern, I think, against Kangaroos, who actually shown a bit, and it's at Hobart. So I feel like, I don't know, there'll be a lot of bombs, or a bit of wind will get the footy, and there'll be some kick-outs, and Mitch McGovern will be taking a fair few. So if you exclude his sub game, that 15, he's hit the last 7 times. So 7 in a row. $1.62 for 20. That's my... I also have Sheasel for a goal. I was about to say that's my only roughie, but Sheasel, I know, has been playing more forward this year after moving from the half back line, but I know Colby McKercher's there. Zach Fisher is injured, but yeah, Sheasel playing a bit more on ball on the forward line. So he missed last week, 8 out of 10, averaging a goal a game, and I think North will win and he'll have a shot. So I like Sheasel there for a goal. Cherry, I'm still backing. I know he's $1.18 and I complained about how his price has gone down, but Tristan Cherry for 15, 10 out of 10, averaging 19, amazing ruckman. The inform, best ruckman this year in my opinion, so get on board, enjoy him while you can. And Harley Reid is my last one. I haven't even highlighted him. Whoops, I forgot. Harley Reid for 15. So yeah, just it's crazy with all the news about Dustin Martin retiring and the fend off and the broken tackles, and every time you talk about it, Harley Reid's brought up. He's breaking so many tackles. He's doing the fend off. He's the new beast in that department. So jump on Harley Reid. I feel like at this stage of his career, just for 15 posies, he might be in a year, even next year, he could be. We might be delving into that 20 plus posi bracket, but for the meantime, just get him while he's still somewhat value for 15. Otherwise, not much to pick from. Nothing in 25. Sheasel, too short. LDU, too short, who I've loved all year. And Colby McKercher, tempting. But nah, just averaging just over 25 or miss. So, and they've also got Jack Williams. Cameron Zerha's just missed the 1. Otherwise, 9 out of 10. He will definitely have a shot. Probably kick one. But I feel like, I don't know, I just want to go Sheasel just for that huge jump in value. So get on board. Let's hope Sheasel can kick one. Next game on Saturday at Optus Stadium, Freo versus Geelong. I just saw a highlight where it was showing how unselfish Tom Hawkins is, and he was about to kick a goal in the square, but he waited for Jordan Clark to run in, and he gave him a handball, and Jordan Clark kicked his first goal. Now he's going to be, I'm just thinking because Jordan Clark's going to be playing. Oh, Tom Hawkins isn't back, is he? Is that what made me think of him? No. He's not back, but he's hoping to get one more game, I think, before... I know he's retired. Was he going to play one more game before he retired? I know Dustin Martin retired immediately. I swear Hawkins was going to try and get one more game before he retired. Anyway. So if we move on to my bet, Holmes for 20 has been fantastic all year. That one miss, just $1.25. Jump the frick on. I love Max Holmes. He's been fantastic. Jordan Clark, did I include him? No. So, again, just too short for me, but I like his odds. I just went with Hayden Young, slightly more value, but Jordan Clark's getting almost an extra 2.5, he is getting 2.5 touches more than Hayden Young against his old side. Yeah, no, I do like Jordan Clark. Anyway, I've highlighted both Caleb Sarong and Andy Brayshaw. Been great. It's probably my first Freo bet in ages where I haven't included Brayshaw. I include Brayshaw every time I bet for Freo. Tyson Stengel, been a great small forward all year. Shannon Neal has kicked a goal in every one of his games this year for Geelong, even the ones he gets subbed off. So that seems great, but I got to jump on Brad Close. He's been one of the best value goal kickers, probably the best value goal kickers all year, and he just missed. So get on board Brad Close to bounce back. Green and green, and he missed the week before. I can't say no. So really like Brad Close for that. We've got Max Holmes. Tom Atkins as well. So he is 9 out of 10. I do like Tommy Atkins. The one game we bet on him, unfortunately, he just didn't look up to it. It was wasn't the game in the wet against the Doggies, was it? Was it the one where they beat Hawthorn? I can't remember. But yeah, he missed. I remember we bet on him and he got 11. So he's bounced back pretty convincingly since. So let's try our luck again on Tommy. So we've also highlighted Jaeger O'Meara, Zach Guthrie. Zach Guthrie, again, great. I've been bullish on him all year. For $1.42. Why didn't I include Guthrie? Damn, I'm tempted to almost... Oh, I'm almost tempted to go Holmes, Close, and Guthrie. That should get you like $3 instead of Atkins and Young. Oh, man, I hate these where I do my... Like, I've already placed this bet, but I hate it when I'm looking at this again. I'm like, oh, if only I'll do it different. Like, if I was to do it right now for the Geelong game, if I go to... I'm just doing this on my other screen. Geelong, Freo, same game multi, and then I include... I still like Brad Close as a goal kicker, so I'd include Close. If I include Close... Wait, same game. Sorry, I was on the Brad Close. Sorry, I'm doing this live as well. I'm not going to edit it because I can't be bothered. No, I'm going to remove Atkins, but we're going to include Max Holmes and Zach Guthrie. $2.83. So maybe if then you did want to include Jordan Clark. Anyway, I'm very tempted for that one for Zach Guthrie. I just kind of maybe missed his price, $1.42. And man, I was... Sorry, let's move on. Let's move on to the next game because otherwise I'm going to freaking place another bet right now. So Essendon versus Gold Coast. And it feels like this, you know, will Essendon be the team that give Gold Coast their first win? Essendon are a roller coaster. They'll win an amazing game, lose the games they're expected to win, and then... you know, so this could be one of the losses they're expecting. Who knows? But there's fucking nothing to bet on. So this is what I've included. Look at this. These odds better change before. I mean, Bodie Hewland, look, I might highlight him because I did like Hewland 2 weeks ago and he's just missed. So look, I would probably maybe bet on Hewland, but I don't know. There's just not much. Jake Kelly, maybe because no Ridley, but I'd rather go Mason Redmond. So Mason Redmond for 20 with no Ridley. Will Powell averaging 19. He's been great. I think he's been fine. Will Powell, Cody Hewland, Mason Redmond, fucking nothing. Noah Anderson for 25 because I'm not fucking doing Sam Flanders for $1.09. Parrish, no, after he's only had a couple games back. Zach Merritt, yeah, I mean, I don't think they have a tagger, Gold Coast. So, yeah, maybe Zach Merritt, but again, for $1.17, not much value. Ben Long, the goal scorer. So... I feel like Gold Coast will, you know, put up a decent fight for this, and Ben Long averaging almost 2 goals a game, great form. Harrison Jones did just miss. Look, on the flip side, Essendon could fucking pump Gold Coast. Essendon are hard to tip. So, yeah, look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players highlighted. Not much. This is Saturday night. Yeah, good luck finding something decent in this, but yeah, very rough. So... These are prime games to check right before the bounce because a lot of the odds will change. You might get better odds for Will Powell, Mason Redmond. They could also get shorter, but a lot of the time you'll find value in other players popping up. Yeah, I'm sorry about that one. Not much to include there, but you know, it is what it is for that Saturday night. Let's move on to the other Saturday night game, Melbourne versus Port. What do we have? Oh, Neil Bullen, who just missed after having an amazing year. He got 13, so I'm happy to bounce on him again. Even though he hasn't looked amazing in his last 2 weeks, I'm still liking Neil Bullen. He's just missing, so he can have quarters where he can get, you know, 6, 7, 8 posies. I like that. Also, Jackson Mead, he's been great since we picked him up like 3 weeks ago, was it? It was 4 weeks ago because we bet on him when he first missed. So get on board Jackson Mead. I'm still backing him. Logan Evans. So I wrote a note here. Reminds me of Wilmot. So Darcy Wilmot for Brisbane. When he came in, or was it like 2 years ago when he played the final series? Yeah, he was great. Electrifying, young, skinny kid running out there, just wants the footy. And then his first proper year last year, he was getting like 8, 12, 15, 12, 15. He was like just sort of teetering on, you know, being good for 15. And then after like his first 2 months, he was great. So from, I don't know, like I'm just going off memory, like round 10 onwards or something, he was great for 15 posies. I feel like Logan Evans is very similar to Darcy Wilmot there. So the young, skinny 18-year-old, great kick. He taking kick outs as well. So I really like Logan Evans, and maybe we jump on him now before, you know, that Darcy Wilmot of last year where he starts to just become more and more certain for $1 for 15 posies. So I'm happy to jump on Logan Evans now, just because I've liked what I've seen. Even though he's missed the last two, I still really like what he's doing. So I know he's just, Dan Houston's back there, and who else is there? Kick out. Dan Houston. Oh, Kane Farrell. That's what I was thinking of. Up here, yeah, Kane Farrell. Very similar roles, but I still like Logan Evans. So let's jump on him this week, and we'll see. And it's great because we only need 3 legs there. So Jackson Mead, still a great price, but 17 and a bit posies. He's been great, and especially like when they're versus Sydney and he's dropping 19. Like, that's what I love to see. I love to see. Well, I know all Port Adelaide played great, but yeah, Jackson Mead's still been stepping up. Trent Rivers for 20. Been playing more on ball with no Petrarca, but it just slightly too short. His odds and recent averages are starting to show that, so getting a lot more of the footy. No Stephen May, so I don't know if he'll get thrown back. Yeah, it's not for those odds I don't want to trust. Connor Rose, he had that really... So his form guide is 5 out of 10. Usually you just ignore that, but he did have that stretch where he got injured and then he'd play forward for a bit, for a lot, or most of the game. That North game, he played like all 4. That was gross. Anyway, now look at his last 6 weeks. He's hit in all of them, but I'm going to say he missed the Carlton game by 1. And then the Richmond game, he got subbed off at the start of the 4th quarter. Well, I don't think he actually got subbed technically because he got injured and then he just sat on the bench the rest of the game. So that one would have easily hit. This one, I think, was just a genuine miss. Very unlucky. He did play a bit forward, but Ken, stop putting him fucking half forward. Just keep him at all the CBAs. Anyway, so I like Connor Rose for $1.30. I haven't included him because I like Logan Evans, just because, yeah, like I said, he reminds me of Darcy Wilmot. For goal scorers, Van Rooyen just missed, so I like him. Max Gawn, I keep highlighting, but I'm always too pushy to bet on him. 7 out of 10. He's been providing value each week. I've been highlighting him for, probably the last 6 weeks, and damn, if you have been following or if you bet on Max Gawn, he's made you some money. So, been great odds, but I'm still not going to bet on him, but I just keep highlighting him for a goal there. It's not like remember when we bet on Jordan Sweet earlier in the year? No, it wasn't Jordan Sweet. Ivan Soldo. He was like over $3, and that's when I might bet on him. But yeah, for a Ruckman for a goal. Anyway, sorry. Carlton versus Hawthorn. Oops, wrong way. We're on to our Sunday games. All right, Jack Ginnivan has looked great for 15 posies. So he just hit, and his 2 misses this year have been 14. So the 2 misses out of 10, the 2 out of 10 he's missed, 14. Just very, very close. I bet on Ginnivan for a goal last week, but look, and he missed. But I'd probably bet on him. I was going to bet on him again for a goal this week, but I'm like, I don't know. I just love seeing him get the footy. And for that price, $1.46 versus $1.22, I think I'm going to take Guinea for 15 posies. 14 posies would be a lot because he always gets over 14. But anyway, so yeah, jump on board Jack Ginnivan. So MCG, Hawthorn are in great form. Carlton have lost, I don't know, was it 4 out of their last 5 or something? So yeah, I'd like to see Jack Guinea get 15 plus. I've highlighted Connor McDonald, kind of same boat as Jack Ginnivan, where, small half forward, gets a bit of the footy. His 2 misses have also been 14. And he just missed the week before. Jack Ginnivan's getting that extra posi more, but yeah, I'm going Guinea over Connor McDonald, even though I don't blame you. Plus, just better value. Elijah Holland's been great. There's been usually a quarter or so, he'll have 10 posies. He can have a bonkers quarter and then be very quiet. So I like Elijah Hollands, Jarman Impey, and Adam Sard. Sard is just a little bit too short for me, but I also like Impey. Did I include it? Yeah, I did. I included Impey. Oh, Hollands. Yeah, I like Hollands. I didn't include Sard. Connor McDonald for a goal scorer. Actually, before I get there, George Hewitt. Oh, I could have easily taken out. Fuck. Sometimes I hate having my bets done here because I'll get so tempted. Like George Hewitt, 9 out of 10, 23, 18. If he's not subbed, he's very good for 20. I do like Nick Newman too because his 3 misses have been 19, 19, and 18. Amon's great, but he kind of just teeters. Oh, he did have a good game last week, 30. But usually he just teeters. He's like a Harry Himmelberg or a Lockie Ash in the terms that he'll just get like 21, 22, 20, 19. Plays with a very small range, which I do like. James Sicily, I've highlighted. Great price, great odds, but fuck me, if he gets put forward, I will lose my mind. Super annoying. Look, it's probably great for Hawthorn, and they love that option, but as someone who's on the punt who does Sicily for 20, he is like usually a lock for 20 from the back line, but as soon as he gets thrown forward, you may as well just kiss that bet goodbye. Paddy Cripps, absolute huge last 2 months. So even though Carlton haven't had the best 2 months, Paddy Cripps, Brownlow favourite, absolutely killing it. So yeah, I don't blame if you jump on Paddy Cripps there. I've already spoken about Guinea for a goal. He missed the week before. I like him. He's had a scoring shot every game this year. Jack Martin, 10 out of 10, but 7 of those, or 8. How many games has he had? Is it 2 this year? Anyway, Jack Martin's just getting his first couple of games this year under his belt, so I'd maybe just give him a bit of breathing room. So I was tossing up between Matt Owies and Connor McDonald. Connor McDonald, slightly better price. 0.1 more than Owies, and Hawthorn are in good form. So yeah, I've gone Connor McDonald, but man, I could easily take out Connor McDonald for $1.36 and put in George Hewitt, and that would still get you over $3. Man, that's 2 bets already where I'm kind of umming and ahhing. But anyway, I do like Connor McDonald for a goal there. So a goal and a half a game. Let's hopefully he keeps that form going. So the Richmond St Kilda, second last one of the round. What do we have? We have... Oh, that's right. We went Tim Taranto for 25, 9 out of 10, averaging 26.5. Probably in my mind the only Richmond player who's most likely to get it. I feel like Rioli and Hopper are more 20, 22, 23. So yeah, I like Tim Taranto. I was going to go Wangani Malira for the bounce back because he just missed the week before by 2. He almost got it too. I do love those players. Because especially like if they're 4 or 5 posies off in the last couple of minutes, especially if they're like a halfback distributor, they will get a kick in and then they'll pass it to someone, they'll run up the line, get a handball receive. I'm like, just cha-ching, cha-ching, just the posies can accumulate pretty quick for them, but not to be. Anyway, Hopper has been in great form, but $1.16. Actually, Hopper hasn't been in amazing form, but he's just getting enough of the footy. Whenever I speak about great form, sometimes it's always just disposal based. Battle, he's a player in good form and disposals. Posies and disposal. Posies and actual form. Yeah, so I've included Battle. I was like, I'll be fucking pissed. Again, I haven't done this bet. Just depends on the bonus bets that happened before. Jack Graham I haven't highlighted, even though he's 10 out of 10. But look, I could highlight him, but I swear to God, he's just going to cop an injury any second now. So Mason Wood, been great. I think, yeah, he's 1 miss. I can't remember if it was the one against... Was it Adelaide or something in the pouring wet? Or was it... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the Adelaide one, and this was the Sydney game. So, yeah, but Josh Battle, who I liked, will probably be at Hawthorn or something next year. And Shai Bolton will, after that really yuck 4th quarter last week, I like to see... Again, I love a player who just missed the week before because, you know, if they're averaging 17 posies and they just miss... Well, if they're averaging over 15 or 20, whatever bracket you're looking at, and they just miss, they're still probably going to average over that. So Shai Bolton will average over 15 for the year, and if he misses like that, he's going to get another good one probably the week after or 2 to make up for it. Jack Sinclair I do like as well, but yeah, I think I'm going Tim Taranto, just green and green. You rarely see the green and green, so when you do, I like to make the most of it. Ryan Mansell, who again, like Max Gawn, I keep highlighting, but I'm just never betting on, but he keeps hitting. He missed 2 weeks ago, but I was watching, who are they playing last week? Who were they playing? Was it that bottom of the table thing? Was it North? It was. Yeah, I did see him kick that goal against North, but yeah, I just can't do it. Jacob Kazitsky as well, highlighted, but I'm not that keen on. So yeah, no goal scorers for this match, but yeah, I'll probably only worry in my eyes is like Tim Taranto, but he's 9 out of 10. So, and I'm confident Shai Bolton will bounce back, and Josh Battle's in great form, and I think, yeah, Woods only missed that one in a pouring wet game all year. So at Marvel, it's not going to be pouring rain. So last game for the round, Adelaide versus Doggies. Let's get to it. Again, I haven't done this actual bet yet. Just depends what happens before. but I've highlighted Mitch Hinge usually has great games at, what the fuck? Mitch Hinge, the heck, go down. Mitch Hinge usually has great games at Adelaide Oval. I know he's missed the last 2, and one of those misses was at Adelaide Oval, but he also has pumped out like 30s. And I know doggies are in great form, so I'm expecting a decent score from them, and which means Mitch Hinge will hopefully have 5, 6, 7 kickouts, and he usually plays on from all of them, so that's 3 posies. I'm not asking for 25 this time. I'm just going to bring it back and ask for 20, and I know he's missed, but he's averaging over 20 posies, and as I say pretty much in every video, I love a player who misses the week before. Luke Nankervis, speaking of another one who just missed, he missed by 1 last week against Geelong. Unlucky, but yeah, he's been great all year. Hadn't missed until 3 weeks ago, and now he's 1 of 3 in his recent, but I still like him. So it's good that we've kept an eye on him early on this year, because yeah, when he plays in the back line, he still has the chance of getting it. So I'm pretty sure he played wing or something early, but now he's more half back. Rankin for his first game back just got a little bit of increased odds, but still not really. I do like him for a goal. I didn't include him for a goal. I think he's just as short. Bailey Dale I like for 20. Usually will always hit it. Adam Treloar, I'm always scared he's going to tear both. Every time I think of Adam Treloar, I think when he was playing for Collingwood and he just tore like both hammies on the boundary line there. I don't know if you guys can remember, but he's had a great year. I wonder if he's going to steal many votes from Bont this year. Anyway, Adam Treloar, great form. Matty Crouch, who was subbed out last week, but he still hit. He got 26 posies and got subbed out. Was it to start the last or in the last? Can't remember if he played the last quarter, but yeah, I like Matty Crouch for $1.30. I don't think he'll get subbed again. I can understand the first game, sort of easing him back into it, but yeah, no, I like Crouch for that. Bunch of goal scorers here to pick from. Obviously, don't pick them all. I like to pick one. I do like Riley West. I actually haven't included one. Oh, I forgot to speak about Riley Garcia. So yeah, he's only missed that 1 game. He's missed 1 game if you take out the 2 sub games he had. 1 sub game, I think he got like 13 or something, or 13 was the game where he wasn't subbed. But there was also a sub game where he wasn't even used. So if he's playing a full game, I like it. I know Riley Sanders is back. Should still be fine. Darcy Fogarty I do like, averaging $2.16, but there's a bunch to choose from here if you want. So yeah, if you just need that extra value to get over $3, go for it. But again, I wouldn't be picking more than 1 here. So yeah, that's the last bet. So hopefully we can get up. It would be great if we were able to get this total back, at least over 1,500, but it's getting very, very close. We've only got this week, 23, 24. We've got 3 weekends left of full games of footy. So obviously they're the finals, but it's going to be harder because when you're, doing the bets and stuff, and we're doing our $3 legs, you need to win at least 3 just to break even. And usually a bonus bet will come in and you'll most likely get positive. When there's 2 games of footy, oh my God, it sucks. You got to win them all. So anyway, enjoy these last 3 weeks of footy before there's like a 5-6 month break. But yeah, we'll hope to get this over $2,000. If we do, that'd be awesome. But again, thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.